Right, good evening, people. My name is JR and I am the FR GOONER. I'm joined here with Maddox Jr. Maddox Jr., firstly, how are you today?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. It's been a while, man. You been up to anything good?
Not really, man. Just here, just looking at the transfer news, thinking what we're gonna do, man.
Just
Just
waiting for some good news, yeah? Yeah. Let's get on with it then. Firstly, obviously you've had a couple of friendlies, etc. Couple new signings. How are you feeling about the new season going ahead? Obviously, there's 2.5 weeks to go now. Confident?
not really.
No. What? All right. Let me stop you there. Let me give you, because hopefully this will feed you with a bit of confidence. So I've been speaking to one of my guys who's, everyone knows someone who's in the in crowd who knows a few things, you know. And to be fair, he hasn't let me down so far, and he's told me a couple things. He said the interest in Maddison, that is genuine, that is real. There's no official interest in Tammy Abraham. I know it's been circulating throughout social media, the papers, etc., but apparently that is not true. Um, After Ben White, apparently we're looking for an attacking midfielder. Obviously, we've got Emil Smith Rowe in that position right now, but the feeling is that we need additional to that area, so to speak. And with Odegaard obviously ending his loan, we're still looking in that area, and that's the key priority. So after Ben White comes in, that's going to be the key priority. Now, with Maddison being the main person in that area that we're looking for, the rumor is that maybe Maitland-Niles may be used as kind of the bait or exchange for Maddison. We are looking for a new goalkeeper. So obviously we've got Leno at the moment. Matt Ryan's obviously ended his loan. So we are looking, and the rumor is that Ramsdale is one of the key people they are looking at. So we'll get your thoughts in that in a second. But however, I'm also hearing that Leno it's a second goalkeeper. So Leno is due to stay. However, supposedly Leno's may not be the happiest at the moment. I'm not sure how true that is, to be fair. So whether Leno's going to stay long term, we'll see. So let's start off with the Maddison rumors. Let's start there. How do you feel with Maddison being the attacking midfielder that's due to come in?
It makes it exciting, but it's still a long way to go. And for a guy like Madison, I know he's not gonna come cheap. And
Yeah.
if we're really gonna pay the money, then I think we should do it. I rate him higher than Odegaard.
Do you rate him higher than Odegaard? Yeah.
Only because he's got more about him, like his end product. Like he scores a lot more goals. Obviously, Odegaard wasn't there enough for us to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. To
Madison
be
offers a lot.
Madison, sorry, say that again.
Madison offers a lot more.
Yeah. Do you know what? I was looking at his stats last season, and I think he scored 8 goals last season. He offered 5 assists. Comparing it to Odegaard, I think in the Premiership we're talking about here. Odegaard's scored 1 goal, I believe, and offered 2 assists. Now, considering Maddison had 31 games, he had a full season, so to speak, and Odegaard had half a season. He came in January. He was new to the squad. Some people may look at Odegaard's stats and say that's not good enough. But for me personally, I look at it and say, do you know what? To come in halfway through the season, that's half decent. And he did get injured. And for me, before the injury, he was starting to build up a bit of momentum, and I was gaining more confidence in him. So I wouldn't be begrudged if we did get Odegaard. I don't know how you're not feeling it.
No, I would have Odegaard, but if
Yeah.
you do, I'll take Madison.
Yeah, even with his injury record, he seems like a an injury prone player for me.
He does, but I still think what he can offer us, it could be like that could be the big signing we need.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Arteta is looking for some homegrown players. So yeah, it can make sense. I mean, I wouldn't be disheartened if we've got Maddison, to be quite honest. I think he's a half decent midfielder. Um, the reason I liked Odegaard was because I think he complemented Emil Smith Rowe in terms of he wasn't necessarily miles ahead
Yeah.
in his football journey than Emil Smith Rowe. And I think they were both, so they complemented each other in that sense. You know, you could play either of the two. You know, I think Maddison is a bit ahead of Emil Smith Rowe. So it'll be interesting to see how they're both fitting into the dynamics and the squad and how Arteta plays them both. And obviously Emil Smith Rowe is given that number 10 role. So we'll see how it works. But like I said, you know, someone once told me that, you know, it's a lot of money, you know, but personally, it's not my money. You see that? So if a man wants to spend 60 million on Maddison to make us good, let's do it. Yeah, it's worth it. No, definitely. And to be fair, I remember at the beginning of the transfer window, we were talking about spending about 50 million on Odegaard. And at the time, everyone's like, nah, that's all our money. We're going to be wasting it. But now it seems like a snippet. It seems like a catch, you know? It seems like something to go for. Personally, I wouldn't be disgruntled with either of the two options, to be quite honest. But what do you think of the Tammy Abraham thing? I know I've just said that I believe it's not true. I've heard it's not true. Would you be up for spending forking out 40 million on Tammy Abraham?
No way. I don't want players from Chelsea either.
Why is that?
Just it ain't really worked out for us. Like when we get players from big teams that come to us, they don't really work out. But when it's the other way around, we're helping them win the league. We're helping them. It's like it's the wrong type of business we're doing.
Yeah. I would never buy something from my enemy, if I'm honest with you.
Exactly.
Because I know it wouldn't be good for me. So from there looking to sell Czech, we knew Czech was broke down already. Willian, they tricked us and said, it's a shame he's going, blah, blah, blah. He was done already, you know. So yeah, we gave them the history's not great, you know. They've definitely got the better end of the stick in the past, you know, with Ashley Cole, etc. We got Gallas, who had his moments, but to be quite honest, he wasn't the right type of player for us, and I didn't like his attitude, if I'm honest with you. So yeah, it hasn't been great. I agree as well. The thing for me with Tammy Abraham, I kind of think that, do you know what? We've got Balogun, we've got Martinelli coming through. Yes, they are behind us, behind Tammy Abraham in their progress, so to speak. You know, Tammy Abraham's played in the Champions League, etc. She's got bags of experience, but for me, they are just as good. They will be just as good, you know. So give them that. We've given them those new contracts. Give them the opportunity to shine, you know. Personally, there's been a lot of to and fro. A couple Man United supporters have been throwing in their word about Ben White, and we've got Varane or whatever his name is, and saying, we spent 50 million, or we're about to spend 50 million, sorry, and they only spent 40 million. What's your thoughts on that? Talk to me.
They're at different parts of their career, man. Like Varane's basically won it all, club and international. So let's look at this. He's 28.
Yeah.
A 4-year contract, they're saying. He's at least 300k a week. At least.
Yeah. Well, it's 350 they're talking.
If you look at the money they spent and the contract, the signing on fee, it's a lot more money than we're paying for Ben White, who's 23. Yeah. He can only improve, and he's used to the league as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I agree with you there. I mean, if you look at it from face value, yeah, you kind of think, okay, one man spent 40 million, the other man looks to be spending 50 million. But personally, like you said, it's a younger player in Ben White. Varane's at a different stage of his career. If you think we're probably going to offer, I'm hearing about 100k, we're going to be offering Ben White per week. 350k they're offering Varane. Now, you think about that, that's an extra 250 grand a week, yeah. So per month, that's an extra £1 million, yeah. So, you know, it's one of those ones where you think you went to the shop and you got a bargain, yeah. But when you come to the end of the year, you realize you got a big car for a good price here, but you're paying for the petrol. You're thinking, "Raw, I should have got a diesel option." You know, it's one of those situations for me personally, and I kind of feel that with the football, what I do like about Ben White is with the football that Arteta seems to want to play, he does fit into kind of the style that we want to kind of implement. So it kind of looks like Arteta, who's ever looking at our transfers, has actually thought about it, you know, and looked at the style of player that we're trying to implement. I mean, he's a ball playing defender. You know, he's good with progressing the ball forward. You know, he's great with interceptions as well. I think we lost David Luiz, and he's someone who can find the player, which is really good. And he's dribbling. You know, he's got a more than 100% more better success rate of dribbling than holding. You know, so he's good at bringing with the ball at his feet. He's good at bringing it forward, and he's comfortable in possession. And we saw last season that certain times we weren't comfortable at the back in possession, and it cost us, you know. So I like what Arteta's trying to do. I mean, if we look at some of our other signings, Nuno Tavares, Sammy as well, Lokonga, what's your feeling on them?
Lokonga looks good. At first, I'm a squad player, but even though it's friendlies, but when I've seen him play, it's always forward. Like even under pressure, he always wants to go forward. He always wants to beat the press and progress forward. Whereas in some of El Neni, if there's pressure, he'll just pass it back and then start again.
Or sideways.
Yeah. So what I've seen so far, he looks good.
Yeah.
The left back, I haven't seen much of him, but he seems like a good attacking left back as well. But it's something we needed just in case Tierney is tired or he gets injured again.
Yeah. So why are you not confident then? We've got, you know, he's got, it looks like 3 signings. What's the issue? What's the problem?
It's still not enough. It's still, like you're forgetting last season we had, say, Odegaard and Ceballos on loan.
Yeah.
And those 2 players are gone now. And it's just other positions we need to strengthen. I know now Pepe's on form. They say Saka's on form. We needed one of our strikers to hit the same.
Well, yeah, I wanted to touch on that for a second. Obviously, you've had a couple friendlies at the moment, and Aubameyang, I don't want to really focus on him, and you know, and because he had a poor last season. Before that, he had scored 22 goals. The season before that, he scored 22 goals. This season in the Premier League, he scored 10. Huh? 10. What? Added pre-season, I've been dying for him to just put it in the back of the net, and the brother ain't put it in the back of the net. Is there a worry? And because it looks like we're looking to get rid of Laka, they're talking more, and that was one of the things I kind of did hear, that potentially, you know, if we could be looking, because of the contract situation with Laka, it is a possibility that he could go. But for me, Laka's probably been one of our better strikers in pre-season.
It's true. When you think about pre-season, it's just really for friendlies and just just for fitness and just to work on some tactics. It's not. I'm not too bothered about the goals, but it's just like that everyone can get their fitness up, and then they got their sharpness back for when the season starts. And I think the guy, I know sometimes he didn't turn up in big games, but he's a guy that needs a crowd. And
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, I want the guy. He looked sharp. He looked sharp in the previous match, which was good to see against Millwall. He had that bicycle kick.
Yeah.
Saw glimpses of him today. It wasn't nothing. Didn't excite me. It wasn't electrifying. I'm just hoping he gets his form back, to be quite honest, because and that's another thing. I'm kind of a believer in, when you give I've told you before, when you give a man what they want in terms of the money, whatever, in anything in life, certain people get lazy.
It's true.
Know? And that's what I'm hoping happens with Varane. I'm not a hater, but I hope it does happen with him. But with Aubameyang, I'm hoping that is not the case, to be fair, and I'm hoping that does change. But at the moment, you know, he got the big salary increase, and it's just not working it. But I see that he is trying hard, and I'm hoping that because he's just got to focus on the league, the whole squad has, you know, he can change it around and he can start getting the goals that we need, to be fair, because he's a goal scorer in him. But the only thing I do worry about is his link up play, and that's something we will miss. Yeah, we'll miss that with Laka if he does decide to go. And the person that we do replace him with has to have that similar type of link up play, and that's difficult to find because, you know, that.
I don't think they do.
You don't think they have to have that link up play?
No, it depends. If you got the right cam or the right number 10
to find him.
Feed Aubameyang. He likes making those runs, so they can just feed him. They don't need to link up play.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I agree with you there. That's a very good point. But let's hope he finds that form, man, because I don't know where they're finding this money from. Yeah, talking about 60 million this, 50 million that, but to get a Ben White, which looks like it's going to be 50 million, to get attacking midfielder, which looks like it's going to be another 50 million or 60 at least.
Yeah,
you know, to get another striker, I don't even know if it's worth it. I mean, we bought Laka for 46 million. We're selling him for how much? Potentially about 15 million.
That's a joke.
Like, yeah, it is a joke. But is it even worth it for the extra 15 million? Certain time, you know, when you've made that big loss here, you might as well just say, boy, hit on the head and just move on, you know. I at the beginning of the end of the season, sorry, I was saying get rid of Laka, but I'm saying right now, do you know what? Yeah, I like him, to be fair. I think he's a key part to the squad.
100%.
To get 15 million pounds, it's not even worth it, to be quite honest. We can do other things. Get rid of Eddie, you know, get rid of Reece Nelson personally. No disrespect to these people. But you know, they're young, they've got opportunities out there. Let's make some money from themselves, you know. I think the only thing for me, I think we'll have a decent season. I know obviously we're going for a centre midfielder, attacking midfielder, a right back, and a goalkeeper. The reason they're going for Ramsdale, I just wanted to add in there, was because apparently he's got good feet. I don't really like the Ramsdale situation, if I'm honest with you. It doesn't fill me with confidence. I don't know what's going on. Even the second goalkeeper, 30 million. Like, what's going on?
It don't make sense. It's different for English players.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even understand how we're out of Europe now and we're looking to splash big money like this, like all of a sudden. But when we didn't have the big, we weren't looking to splash this type of money.
Like,
we had Europe, sorry.
When you're in Europe, you're just comfortable thinking, yeah, it's guaranteed, always guaranteed, money coming in. But now you're out of it, you know, the other teams around you, if they're putting money into their clubs, have to do the same to get back to that level.
Yeah. No, most definitely, man. Most definitely. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know we need a lot of homegrown players, yeah. But was it Andre Anana? I would have took him for the 10 million, you know. I do attacking midfielder definitely need it. And Lokonga looks good, to be fair. I don't know what they're looking to do with him. I don't know if he's back up for Partey though. And so that means we need a replacement for Xhaka. So I'm not too sure. I need to see more about him, but I like the way he progresses forward. But if that's the case, then I would get another centre midfielder, and I'd let Lokonga just progress as he should. He's like the replacement for Guendouzi for me personally.
No, I agree.
So we'll see how that goes. But am I confident? Do you know what? With what they're trying to do, I like what they're trying to do. So I do have a bit of confidence. What does confidence mean to me? Probably top 5, max 6. 5 would be a good. Ideally 4th because we ain't got Europe, but I don't know, man. We need to do a bit more to get in those top 4s. We need that Maddison. We need or Odegaard. Yeah. We need that special player.
I don't think you can get top 4 or top 6.
Yeah. For real. Emil Smith-Rowe, good player, definitely coming through. Future England international, but he's injured too much for me personally, and that's the only thing.
It's just like it's a lot of pressure for him for the whole season, just having him.
That's right. Yeah, but they're putting that pressure on him though. Like I see every single post ESR 10, blah blah blah. Like he's the new Ronaldo or something. Like, what's going on? Like it's like, but you know what? I respect it because he's obviously not nervous with it. He wants it, so that's a strength in himself. So I like that, to be fair. I like the profile players, as I've mentioned before, that we're trying to get a young players, around the age of 23, 24. I do like that. I like the fact we're not going for like the Ryan Bert. We could have, instead of getting Nuno Tavares, we could have got Ryan Bertrand. We could have got Van Aanholt or whatever his name is, and we didn't. So that for me was positive, because we've tried it with Willian. We paid the big money and it hasn't really worked out. And we realize it's a waste of money. Do you know what I'm saying? Certain players are at the end of their careers, they're going for they're on a free transfer, they're going for the big salary. And we buy them, and then they just, they kind of waste our time when they get injured or they're not as good as they used to be. We've done that. So I like what we're trying to do in terms of getting the young players. So yeah, I've got good confidence, but we have to get those other signings over the line. Definitely for me, we need a second goalkeeper. For me, I don't really think we need a right back. I think Chambers and Cedric are half decent. I think the centre midfielder, I think we definitely need an attacking midfielder is probably my number one priority. What about yourself? What's your priority?
I like Chambers a lot, like a lot.
Yeah.
Cedric, he's good. Like, he offers something different. Well, he's got pace. He's got good final ball. So if it's just those two, I wouldn't mind that. That's not really a priority right back.
Yeah.
We've let a few go. So I would like another centre mid that could start if Xhaka's going.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind even taking Torreira back just to have him in, just give him another chance.
Yeah.
But a Cam is something, like I said,
you take back Torreira. I just listened to what you said. Like, you take back Torreira. I was thinking that the other day, because I think Torreira, we tried to play him in a position that he wasn't actually comfortable with. Exactly. Just play him what we bought him for. And I think he's a decent player at that, to be quite honest, with the right people around him. Do you know what? That's a good point. I would have Torreira, to be quite honest. He's kind of gone off the radar. We don't know what's going on. Where is that guy? Is he on holiday? Like, where is he?
I don't know.
So we'll see anyway. But I would take him back. But yeah, so you just finish off there with the other signings that you would like to see in it.
Cam's the main one.
Yeah, for you, yeah.
Main one. Just to give like a marquee signing. If it's gonna be a marquee signing anywhere on the pitch, it has to be a Cam.
Yeah.
And just to give Emil Smith Rowe like some confidence and position, and just I think it'll boost the whole squad if you get someone like Maddison or even Odegaard back.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're going to see what Arteta does. This, as I mentioned before, there's 2.5 weeks to go. Let's just see how we progress, to be quite honest. It was a good win today, 4-1 against Watford. We won previously against Millwall. The enemies were caving in when we lost to Hibernian and drew with Rangers, but they need to remember it's just pre-season. Let's relax, let's calm down. This is the time that we practice things. I mean, we're playing Nketiah up front, man. Chill out, man. No disrespect to him, though. No disrespect to him. But listen,
they all get onto us when we lost the first game, but when Man United lost against QPR, no one said anything, no.
Did they? I didn't even see that. Did they lose? Yeah,
lost 4-1.
Oh, jeez. Talk to me again. Yeah. All right. But they got their Superman coming out. I'm not even going to hate. He's a good player, but I hope he doesn't do well. Is that hating? I don't know.
It's not hating. But again, another one before you go, yeah?
Yeah.
How many big players has Man United brought and they haven't turned out good?
100%, bro. The last one, I think, was the guy playing the piano. Do you remember that guy? Like, what, 500k a week, man, turned up, played the piano and did nothing, crew. But that's the last thing he did, he played the piano. Yeah. And then Estelle, and then done good for Inter, won the league and all that. Imagine that. My gosh, he should have gone to Man City at the time, man. But we'll leave it there, man. We'll leave it there on a bad note for Man United. We love you, Man United fans, really. But anyway, onwards and upwards, guys. Thank you for being part of this today. Maddox Jr., thank you for being part of this today. Until next time, bro. Take care.